So I'm actually reusing this footage from a few weeks ago, but I'm still working on this coffee. I'm just about to the end, but this is the Stumptown Coffee Roasters, the Founders Edition. This is how I grind it. After I grind the beans, I leave it in this little container, and it usually makes enough for about 3 or 4 days. But this is what I'm finishing up, and I just wanted to show you. I thought it was local to Seattle, but it's actually local to Oregon. Casper says, I'll get in shape tomorrow. This is a vegetable beef soup that I made previously. I'm planning on making a video later on this year with a step-by-step on how to make it, but I love having soup in the fridge, and here in Seattle it's great because it stays cool even into the spring. Just heating up some red beans that I cooked. They're not refried beans, but I'm just reheating them with some Taco Bell mild sauce just to make myself a burrito. I love burritos. Bean burritos from Taco Bell are my go-to, but this is a homemade one. I didn't show it, but I added some cheese as I was cooking it at the end, and that's what you see there. So I just add some at the end, and then I also add some on top. This is the cheese that I'm finishing up. It's a 3-cheese Mexican organic, and I'm just gonna add it on top of the bean burrito as well. I'm surprised how good these are. I've been making them every day, and they really do remind me of Taco Bell, especially using the Taco Bell sauce. And the Taco Bell sauce for the win. So I did finish off the jar of Taco Bell mild sauce that I had, but I found a bunch of packets in a drawer, as we all have one of those drawers with a bunch of packets. So that's a great way to save money too, using up your condiment. I'm getting better at wrapping these burritos, as you can see, but it's definitely a work in progress. I don't have the skills that the people at Taco Bell have for sure, but it is getting better. So I ran into a little difficulty here. These tortillas that were in the fridge, I have another bag, but these got kind of hard. I think I left the bag open. I didn't seal it shut, and they got kind of hard, so they're not going to be good for wraps, I believe. So I'm going to try to make chips out of them good old-fashioned way by frying rather than just baking, just to see if that helps. Just to experiment. I have some oil that I need to use up, so I won't use it all up, but I'll use a little bit of it. So no, this isn't the healthiest, but I've got this canola oil that I bought to make gumbo, and I probably won't be making very many gumbos now that it's starting to warm up. So I'm gonna go ahead and just pour some into here. Use up a good bit. Oh, it's more than I thought. I think that'll be enough. I've put about 4 or 5 of them in there. I'm gonna let them fry up. Then I'm gonna transfer them to a plate. I don't have any napkins, so they're just gonna have to kind of dry off on the plate, but it'll be fine. This is just kind of a last minute, try to use up these chips so they don't go bad exercise experiment. So as you can see, it was somewhat successful. These right here, I left in too long, so the key is really leave them in just a few seconds and not on a high heat. So I let the heat get too hot, and then I left them in too long. And so when I realized that, for the next batch, it's literally, I put 3 or 4 in there, I watch them for like 10 seconds maybe, and then I pull them out. Napkins would be great to catch the oil. I've had to transfer them to different plates and wash the plates to kind of get rid of some of that excess oil, but I think it's okay. I'm gonna let them dry out, let that oil kind of dry out, see how they crisp up, and then I'll do a taste test. So taste test was a success. Even these aren't bad. They just have a little bit of like a burnt popcorn flavor, which makes sense because I use the organic 365 Whole Foods corn tortillas, which I think the only ingredient is corn. So they taste just a little like burnt popcorn. I'll probably still eat them. And these taste good. Tastes like a chip. So It's just been fun. I know it's not the healthiest way. I usually bake them in the oven, but since they were hard around the edges, I didn't know how that would do in the oven, so I thought I'd just fry them up. I mean, anything fried is fine, right? This is the kombucha that I'm drinking right now. I try to buy 1 or 2 each week, and it takes me about 4 days to finish one because I only drink like 1/4 of a bottle a day. It's not something I'm gonna chug. It still has sugar, but since I'm only drinking about 1/4 a day, that's like, I mean, 12 grams of added sugar. That's about 3 grams, less than a teaspoon. And then, I mean, yeah, it has 14 total, but it's better than choosing Coke. It's even better than Diet Coke because it's got probiotics. It's a little more nutritious. So it's something new that I've been trying, and it's growing on me. I mean, it satisfies my craving for carbonation, and it's got a little sweetness to it, and I look forward to trying the different flavors. So this is the one that I'm working on. It's got a cool little bottle. It says "Follow Your Gut." But here it is. Still feeling a little hungry after the soup I ate, so I'm gonna go ahead and cook the rest of these Brussels sprouts that I never finished and just see if that does the trick. I'm not super hungry, but you know, sometimes you just want a little something else, so. And here they are, steamed Brussels sprouts with butter and salt. So this helped me finish off a bag of Brussels sprouts. So one more item down. I love things like this just as a snack after I eat. If I just want something else. When I was a kid, I would just heat up the, I think it was called the California medley with the broccoli, cauliflower, and carrots. I would just microwave it with a little water to kind of steam it and then add butter and salt. It was good. All right, a few more items I want to show you I'm finishing up. These are the last 2 pieces of fruit that I have to finish. I've got a cara orange. I'm gonna go ahead and cut it. So that'll make it easier to eat and I'll be more likely to finish it off soon. And this is another cara. So I'm gonna go ahead, peel them, cut them in half, maybe in 4ths, and then put them in a container. And then when I'm ready to snack, it'll just be easier. Because I think sometimes that's the barrier for me with eating oranges, is that I just don't feel like peeling it. So if I go ahead and peel it ahead of time, the hard work is done. And then I've got 1 more of my lemon curd real Greek yogurts that I love so much. They are high in calories and they're not low fat. It's not low fat yogurt, but it's good. Sometimes I eat it for dessert or as a snack. And then I have this, which is a low fat vanilla bean with plain. So this one's a little better on the calories and macros and sugars, but. So I'm gonna try to finish these off in the next few days. They've been hanging out in the fridge for a minute, and I'm not gonna buy any more yogurt till I eat these 2, and I'm not gonna buy any more fruit till I eat these oranges. So we'll see how that goes. And just to show you one more item from my freezer. This is a relatively new item. I bought it about 3 weeks ago. But once a week I have to work early. I have to be up at 5 and at work at like 7. And it's just a really early morning for me because the rest of the week I work a lot later. So I picked these up to put in the freezer, and then I just take one out. I let it thaw on my way to work. I don't defrost it in the microwave or anything. I just kind of let it thaw at my desk for about an hour once I get to work, and then I heat it up, and it's perfect. It keeps me from going to Starbucks because it's easy and convenient. I can get coffee at work, or I can make my coffee before I leave, but it's just convenient. I know it's not the healthiest, but I don't think it's the worst either. And I'm sure if the ones I get at Starbucks aren't technically health food either. They're fast food as well, but it's been a good addition. I've enjoyed it. It's convenient, and I actually can sleep a little later because I don't have to factor in a 15-minute wait at Starbucks, sometimes longer depending on how many people are in line in front of me. So I just wanted to show you something I'm working on. This is the last one, and then I'll have to buy another box. So here's what's left of the oatmeal cookies that I made in a previous video. These are the no-bake cookies. I froze them. I have 3 left. I'm gonna leave them frozen. Sometimes I'll take one out and just defrost one for a little while and eat it. But they're good. They're not my favorite, obviously, but I am trying to use up that sugar-free maple syrup. And this is a good way to do it. So, tasty cookies, and just something I threw together. I need to look and find some other recipes to make some better ones, but these will work. Of course, there's gonna be a plane. The last of my Coke Zero. We will see. Actually, not the last. I have one more, so one more, and then I think I'm gonna try to buy some iced tea instead. And my friend brought me some macaroons right before we went out to eat, so I'm gonna definitely enjoy these. They look so colorful. So colorful. They aren't trying to decide which one I want to eat tonight. Oh, so good. So I ended up eating out one day at work. I went to McDonald's and got the crispy chicken sandwich. It was really good. I've eaten all the other ones I think that they have. I've certainly eaten the Wendy's one many times, and the Popeyes one, which was really good. They're all really good. I did enjoy this one as well. I didn't get any fries, but I just got the sandwich by itself, and that was good enough.